it's Macarena, and we are back with Belize Talk Radio. We're going to tie together the triangle now, at last. So Don Hector has told us about Tipu and how that's part of the Guatemalan dispute, why it literally isn't something that's feasible. And the second part was Paso Falls, Clarissa Falls, and all of that stuff of why those areas were named that and how important they were for Belize's history. And the third part, we are headed to the border of Guatemala, and we're going to go to the Guatemala and Belize border right there. And there's an actual neat thing that you're going to want to see about that. Stay tuned.
Hey, Macarena.
If you want to learn more about the real Belize and listen to local and expat stories of those living in Belize, you're in the right place.
Hey, Macarena.
This is Belize Talk Radio. Please welcome your host, Belize and international real estate expert, Macarena Rose.
Well, welcome back, everybody. This is the end of the triangle. It's the other part, and we are here with my buddy, Don Hector Silva, and we have made a journey. If you can't tell, we got a little dirty, didn't we?
That's right.
But this trooper made it right through this hike, and we ended up here, and we decided we have to sit down to do this part of this.
I made it.
We made it. So take the floor. Where in goodness names are we? Where have you taken me now?
No. We are here at the fulfillment of the 1859 treaty. Remember that prior to the treaty, Belize was even larger than what we are today. Belize extended almost to Tikal. Listen this carefully. But the British agreed, and the Guatemalans, that they will run a line direct from Gracias a Dios on the Sarstone to this monument here and the one at Tres Banderas in Orange Rock. That gives us our border. But it's so important because in 1859, Guatemala agreed with England to create borders between Guatemala and Belize. The reason being that an American, one of your country people, invaded Nicaragua and declared himself president of Nicaragua. So the Guatemalans, Salvadorans, and all them got jittery that this fellow will invade them. So President of Guatemala went to the United States, to England, and agreed that they will agree that this is British territory, and England, that used to be the super in the waves, would defend Guatemala against any aggression. So said, so done, they signed the thing. In 1859, they agreed that the borders would be as stipulated in this Anglo-Guatemalan Treaty. But I want you all to listen again to what I said, and I want to tell everybody, Guatemala has no claim. And I'll tell you what, right here. Guatemala and England agreed that they would conjointly, means together, build a cart road, mule and cart, no? Because they never had car in those days, from Belize to Petén, to extract the riches of Petén, chicle and mahogany oil. Or, and these are the big ones, or use the existing rivers of Belize. That's the lead part where everybody they hide. All politicians, they hide it. All liars, they hide it. Everybody, they hide it. But Macarena Rose says, come a while, tell them. And here I am and tell you, these are facts. They can't deny it. I tell the good liars of Belize City, why uno left this thing to go so? Guatemala used our rivers for everything. All their cargo for Petén used to come to Cayo, that the boat off. 26 boats. Used to bring all for them food right through here, and then the mules used to bring it from Cayo up to Petén. So the Belize River actually was used and abused by Guatemala because they never used to pay nothing for their cargo to go and come. So Article 7 is null and void because Guatemala used our rivers, and there are proof where we are right ahead there, La Bacadia. Thousands of logs used to be dumped there, and when this river go up high, they throw the logs into the river and they carry them through branch mouth to boat barrel boom. Right in Benke. And in Cayo, where the market is, that was a Bacadia too, where logs used to be dumped, and when the rivers come, they carry the logs. So Guatemala has no claim. That's why Mr. George Price said, I will not give them 1 square centimeter. And Philip Golson answered, and not a blade of grass. These are facts. These are not inventions that I come to tell you. And I have told them. But something played in between that some of our politicians got weak, or Guatemala became very generous to them, that they agreed to go to a court when this was settled long ago. Even our independence at the United Nations, all the nations voted for us except Guatemala abstained. So where is the claim? So this monument here is a blessed monument. When I saw it first, I tell you, I got moved. I got moved and I gave one a kiss. I said, this is my country. This represents my country. The only country that I have, that we have. Yet we are going to give it up. So this confirms what Tipu did, what Clarissa did. This confirms that Belize is sovereign, Belize has a border, and Belize should not give 1 square centimeter of land or a blade of grass. No matter that grass over that side, that's why you couldn't go. No, you ask me a question that you want.
Why, you think I might have a question?
Your boss have.
I always have more. Tell me more, tell me more. So, Hector, when was this monument installed here?
1934.
1934. That was a long time ago.
From Gracias a Dios to here. From Gracias a Dios to here was completed in 1934, done by engineer Jim Witt and Mr. Fairweather. Yes. Anybody who asks a question, no?
So Mr. Fairweather,
and Jim Witt,
because of being surveyors,
no, they were employed by the Belize government and Guatemala government.
But they were surveyors.
To run the line from here, and they met almost a few feet apart. But then they, so this is the true border between Belize and Guatemala. And then this border runs right over, that's why they call it the border at Garbutt Falls. It runs right over Garbutt Falls. See the road over the other side?
Okay.
Belize here, Guatemala here. So these people are of Guatemala. If they cross here, they are in Belize. So this is the border that goes straight up to Orange Walk. Straight up you go here till you reach the Orange Walk border. So the fall is the border, and that's where I told you that the river enters Belize at this point here.
That's right. So we are sitting literally
in Belize.
In Belize.
That is a river, there is Belize. Over there is Guatemala.
Guatemala.
Good. Any other questions?
Well, I guess my question would be is, that's been there since 1934.
1934.
So I'm kind of confused.
Yeah.
How would we not be Belize?
No, we are in Belize though.
No, but I mean...
In Belize, yeah.
That's been there since 1934.
But there should be a distance of 66-foot reserve called No Man's Land.
Okay.
And that's the one where we were standing here.
The border dispute...
It's an invention created And I'm trying to be bolder. An invention created in 1981 when Heads of Agreement was presented to the people on the eve of Independence Day. An illegal Heads of Agreement was drafted not by the government, but by some people in government, whereby they were giving Guatemala everything that Guatemala wanted. Free access to our roads, pipelines to Belize, to Danriga, and to PG. They had rights to go find over there under the sea and a lot of rubbish. But the Belizean people protested, they rioted, they burned down buildings, broke up every store, led by a heroine named Socorro Bobadilla.
Bobadilla.
Little young girl. Socorro Bobadilla raised all the students and people of Belize, and they went and broke down the whole Albert Street and burned down buildings. A young girl from Technical College. And so, this is the story of Belize, that Heads of Agreement was pushed in for some purpose. Mr. Price said, I read it, I did not agree with it, and this will not go through. But it was left there in abeyance, and so, from there on, the whole thing started. Guatemala said, aha, I got friends at Belize, I got them. See, they pushed through the Head of Agreement. And other things that they pushed afterwards, compromise. Compromise is the worst things. Then here, adjacency zone. According to that, this is not a frontier. This is an adjacency zone 1 kilometer. In other words, Guatemala would have right 1 kilometer from here, and we have right 1 kilometer here. That's the agreement of the adjacency zone. Then they put one thing when a confidence building measure, and they signed it, and Guatemala said, thank you. I went take over the Sarsoon, and they took over the Sarsoon. Sarsoon is not ours, and that people must not be fooled. The Sarsoon is in the hands of Guatemala, our own property. Look how they handle the people there. Even the BDF, the big shot from the army, the colonel or general, I think, went and he had to stoop down near the door, and the Guatemalan, then they saw, look with their gun, looking at television, pointing at our general. That is the biggest humiliation that Belize has gone through, because our crazy, giddy-headed politicians told Guatemala, stay in the island. And they told the Coast Guard, get out. You know, get out. Abstract yourself. That's what the former Prime Minister Dean Barrow said. Abstract yourself from there. But Mala said, thank you. And he took over the Sarsoon. So this is again important in our history. This monument in particular. This is what divides us. This is what exactly was intended in the treaty, in the Anglo-Guatemalan Treaty, for trade, for, so many things. See the road we used to go way over here. That's contraband alley, they call it. You know that?
Yeah.
Contraband alley. yeah. Good.
You have that on Borders.
So this is more or less the culmination of this great important program today, that to me is a fulfillment of the definition of Belize. Tipu, Clarissa, Paslo, and the monument.
The monument.
That makes Belize.
The triangle.
The triangle.
We have actually been so blessed to be able to cover the whole triangle.
Yes, we did. Really, I didn't thought we were going.
I knew we would.
You see, because if we go through this, we can take it this. This will be a book to be published. Because it has every fact about Belize. But they tell you how many governors we had, all the Maya villages that were along the rivers, they're right here. So then liar one way said that when the British come, there were no Mayas. He said the Mayas are left and crazy. Place be full of Maya village, right up to Shaibek, all of them place.
So Don Hector,
Yes.
in closing, if you could come up with a phrase or a sentence to share that would really let people know that Belize is for we, what would you say?
Follow the triangle, the story of the triangle. The Mayas defeated the Spaniards at Tipu. Chase them. Go, no go. We don't want to. The Spaniards went back to Yucatan and they came in 1796 first and took away all the settlers to Cuba, prisoners. Then they came back in 1798 to attack Belize. But the settlers were prepared. Jamaica sent some of their warships, the Moreland one of them, and so the Spaniards gone, not a shot was fired, nobody dead. They died of cholera, but not of guns. Then from there, we went, Clarissa. Clarissa is a living proof that there was a man that owned that place that married to a Creole girl named Clarissa Carter, and they took her to Belize, and they were the one that stood in favor of not abandoning Belize,
No.
and Captain Larry to abandon. But Paslow won that one. And then here is when it was affirmed that Belize has a sovereign territory. This monument says you can't move this monument from here, because this is the one that divides us, that proves that there is a separation. If there was no monument here, maybe the border would be by the river edge. But this tells us the truth. And this has been here for what? 90 odd years, 92 years, 90 something? 1934, and 25 years. So, this is it. This is the story that must be told to every child, to every adult, to every school, to every university, to every high school. The story about Belize in a nutshell. The triangle.
The triangle.
The triangle. Keller Williams is supporting us in this. Keller Williams, the realtor, real estate, big company, they are lending us this young lady who make it come here sometime, save me from falling down, they grab me, but I'm going. Thank you very much, Constable. We appreciate your presence, my friends over there. I am glad that you are here, but you all will see this in video, in what?
Yes. We'll put it, it'll be published.
Yeah, so the whole world will hear this story, and if they want, call on me, and I will tell you exactly where I get my facts. Good.
Right here, but he's also a historian, so you know it. You know
the old computer.
That's the old computer. Thank you all
Good.
so much for joining us. Thanks for caring about learning more about the actual history and the triangle that Don Hector told me quite a while ago that he wanted to do a story on.
Yes.
We've done lots of stories, but this one's pretty interesting. It's the top one of my mind, that triangle.
Yes.
So thanks for joining us today again. Don Hector, it's always a privilege.
Thank you so much, Macarena. Mission accomplished, no? That's the way they say.